The Japanese American National Museum held a launch on November 2nd, 2023 for the book The Golden Screen, The Movies That Made Asian America. The book was written by New York Times bestseller Jeff Yang, who co-authored Rise, a pop history of Asian America from the 90s to now. It entails the history of people of Asian descent in the American film industry and what it looks like for Asian Americans to take center stage in films like Crazy Rich Asians today. Films like The Joy Luck Club from 1993 are highlighted to show that the Asian American Hollywood canon is filled with important gems and historical context. Jeff Yang spoke with Better Luck Tomorrow actor Perry Shen about how centering Asian Americans in cinema mattered to Asian American viewers.
When I was acting for the first 6 years before the movie, it was just always for on screen for an Asian reason. It wasn't really to move the narrative forward, and it was just sort of hi and bye. And with these, there were just three-dimensional characters, and just the attention that we got, it was like a Asian boy band. It was just like, what's going on? We look exactly the same. The content was different, and put in a different situation that in a medium that we had never been a part of before.
So this idea that the cinema is different, that movies are different, not just because they project us in larger than life size, but also because the experience of watching movies is different. At least the classical one where before COVID we all used to do all the time, where you go into a dark theater, right? Where you are basically alone together. You are sitting there having your own personal experience, but there are other people who are also having their personal experiences next to you. And occasionally you interact. When there's a moment of horror, you all shriek. When there's a moment of comedy, you all laugh. When there's a moment of just, breathtaking inspiration or romantic sweeping, you and you have that feeling together. And then when you walk out together into the lobby, there's this sense that you look at each other at one another's reactions. And for the first time, you become part of this community of people who've been part of this experience. And to me, that's what makes movies so important and why they've been so critical in sort of shaping the image of not just Asian Americans, but people since the dawn of this particular industry.
Linda Gu, screenwriter for movies like Kung Fu, talked about the awe of seeing specific Asian American experiences on screen for the first time.
There's so much about our experiences that are still untold, that are still we still have so far to go. There's still so many of our stories that haven't been told yet, so many of our experiences that we still need to see on screen. And what I realized recently is that the movie Past Lives that just came out, it's like in the farewell, it was that one scene of confronting this, being a child, forcing your child to immigrate with you to a different country. It was one scene in that movie, but now there's a whole movie kind of exploring that theme. So it's kind of I just thought it was really awesome, the progress we're making and how rapidly things are happening, that the story that I had never seen on screen before that gave me such a moment of self-realization. It's now there's a whole movie about it.
Actor, writer, and director Sujata Day said the film Always Be My Maybe, and films like it, allow Asian Americans the privilege of just being ordinary in media.
When I clicked play on Always Be My Maybe, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I love seeing work that a lot of the times as creators we're asked to bring and pitch in work that's based on trauma or tragedy or something really devastating. And it's so nice seeing just joy and comedy. Something I've grown up with comedies of Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell and Saturday Night Live folks, and to see that in a movie like Always Be My Maybe, where there's also 3 love interests that are Asian, and you're like, what? And they're all super hot. And I'm always talking about hot Asian guys in my panels for some reason, but it's so refreshing to just be able to watch something and laugh and enjoy it and watch us in our everyday lives dating and working and going through conflict.
A Great Wall actor, Kelvin Han Yi, explained how films like his opened the door for different kinds of Asian Americans on screen.
I was in the late 90s, after having made A Great Wall and being really part of that first generation of Asian American artists that were saying, we're no longer going to take any of these sort of stereotypical roles, these kind of hurtful sort of characterizations and stereotypes. And A Great Wall was kind of a film that positioned, sort of defined what an Asian American was, because it's about an Asian American family that goes to visit China. So in a way, it kind of defines how American they are. And I played a very American Chinese kid, all-American kid.
He was the hunk.
Well, okay, yeah. You know, here's the thing. I think it was a huge step forward in the kind of sexuality of Asian American males at the time. A young Asian American male. In that movie, I have a makeout scene with my white girlfriend, which was sort of unheard of. Shocking. Shocking and groundbreaking at the time. And of course, it was the first American film shot in the People's Republic of China.
The Golden Screen, the movies that made Asian America, is now on sale through multiple sellers, including Barnes & Noble, Target, and Amazon. The book has received positive accolades from the likes of Kirkus Review, Library Journal, and even actor Randall Park, who praised it as beautifully executed.